Oh yeah, episode 45. Welcome back to Bump and Shoulders, a Sports Dorks podcast. Happy birthday, Phil Lewis. You're 50 years old. Keeping those kids out of your lobby. Nick, how you doing tonight?
I don't know who Phil Lewis is.
It's Mr. Mosby.
Oh, Mr. Mosby.
Oh.
When you said keeping him out of the lobby, that was my first
Yeah,
guess.
probably put that together.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I didn't say happy birthday.
I wasn't going to say happy birthday to Phil Collins because I didn't know he played Ted Mosby.
Yeah, but what about Phil Lewis?
I guess happy birthday, Phil.
It was also Beyonce's birthday.
Is that also
but
Dr.
Phil?
Phil?
I figured this was way more important than Beyonce's birthday.
Yeah, because that would have been way too,
Exactly, everyone would have done it.
Yeah.
And then there was someone else, but I don't remember who. Oh, it was, Nick from New Girl?
Yeah.
It's his birthday.
You should have done him.
Nah. I like Phil Lewis. That
Phil
was
Lewis kind of brings us back down memory lane.
Yeah,
Nick
it was
doesn't.
a good one. Good way to open the show. Nick goes, I'm older than you guys.
Oh, Nick, did I already ask how you doing tonight?
Doing good.
I couldn't remember if I did.
Yeah, you did. But I said I didn't know who Phil Lewis was.
Oh, so you didn't deserve to be asked again.
Yeah.
How was New York City? Have we met since then? I don't think so.
It's been an adventure. We haven't done a podcast since then.
In a long time.
It's been a while.
It feels like I get excited when we don't do it for a while. I get excited to come back because, I don't know. I feel like the audience that we can't see makes up for about a fifth of my friend group. So
Putting a lot of weight on their shoulders,
I need to sit down and chat with them every once in a while. And when we go almost a week, it gets a little bit rough on my end. And I was home alone the whole weekend, so I was
you were desperate for
stressed.
some attention. You were blowing up that group chat.
Saturday I ate 2 Lunchables and a bunch of nuts.
Especially for
dinner.
a kid who can't be alone by himself for more than 10 minutes without freaking out.
Oh, no.
Not even freaking out.
He also
I get
texted us
so bored.
Monday at noon saying, anyone bored?
Yeah.
I've been bored since Friday at that point.
What do you mean? You've done so much this weekend.
I know, it's super busy. It was a good weekend. It was much needed.
You texted me at 6 in the morning telling me that you drank an espresso. Oh, no, what'd you drink? An Americano and an energy drink, right?
Yeah.
And and he stayed up all night because of that.
Well, no, I was working on something.
Yeah, he was working on articles and stuff, but go to bed.
It was good. That's when I got the most work done. No distractions.
You did an all-nighter just by yourself?
Just for fun.
That's pretty cool.
I sat there.
I respect that.
It's probably terrible for your eyes, though.
No, it was awesome.
Staring at that
because you
computer
weren't
screen.
even doing it for school or anything. You were doing it for the good of the website. You didn't do it because you had to. You did it.
No, I was doing it for the good of gambling.
And then he
texted. I was trying to get the upper hand on.
Dude,
yeah,
and then he
but that's
texted me.
cool.
He texted me so many things.
You're pushing yourself to do that, and I like that.
He texted me so many things I didn't understand.
This is a lot of work,
dude. So many of the the slang you were using. I'm I don't bet enough to understand what he's saying.
Yeah,
it was a good time. I got a lot done. And
did you take any breaks to play video games or anything like that?
I watched a couple episodes of the 100 mixed in. I think I watched 2 of them.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I know you've liked that show, and you haven't really had a chance to watch it lately. So
yeah, I made the most of the weekend. I got my room clean.
Played Spider-Man.
I didn't play Spider-Man. I got my room clean. I watched a movie Kissing Booth on Netflix, and I won't recommend it to anybody listening.
No?
Don't
Dude,
watch it.
We were going to watch that together.
But they just emailed me, and they want to sponsor us.
No, because I'm not going to get sponsored by a Netflix original movie.
Okay.
No, because then...
Underwhelming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a lot done. It doesn't mean I wasn't bored. And the next day I was very tired because
I was
taking care of our dogs, Mackenzie's dog, so I had to wake up at 9:30 the day I went to bed at 6, and then I was terrible and grumpy all day.
You know who also got a ton done this weekend?
Not you. You were in New York City. What would you do?
No, all 32 NFL teams.
Oh, we're not even going to talk about...
You don't want to talk about...
Chris, nobody wants to talk about your weekend.
You don't want to talk about New York City?
Well, Chris, we haven't talked to you in well, you asked me, and then you went into your weekend.
Yeah, because mine was way
you
better.
asked Nick, how was your weekend?
How was New York City?
Well, I went and saw Gary Owens live in person.
I don't know who that is.
He's a comedian.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank here.
Was he funny?
Yeah. Come to find out, he plays more towards...
Careful.
not white crowds.
So when's he coming on the podcast?
Soon.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Did you
Dude, his
talk to him?
his opener was so funny.
Why didn't you talk to him?
I made DM his opener. He was so funny.
Was Gary himself funny?
He was really funny, but
instead of just saying his opener, what?
Sayum. His name was Sayum.
What was his last name?
No, dude. Sayum is his name.
No, it's not.
It is S-A-Y.
Don't point to me. I have no idea, dude. I don't know about the local New York City comedy scene.
They're from LA.
As Eminem would say, it's nah.
They played at Caroline's, one of the most historic comedy clubs in the country.
I hope that's part of your Nick's news, though.
Here we go. Oh, I'm Nick. I watch so much stand-up comedy. Match my pace. Chris got a big promotion at Hannaford.
I did. I'm pumped.
Cool.
Yeah, hey,
that's all he had. Though.
Cool.
That's what like
Stay in school.
I wanted to break the news, so he couldn't. Now we can go back to your weekend. What besides the comedy club, what'd you do?
Well, it's, as was teased last episode, I met Magda's mom.
How was that?
It was good.
Did she speak tongues?
No, just Polish.
Did she speak a lick of English?
Yeah.
Why'd you lick her?
Yeah, that's weird, dude.
Is that what they do to it's like when dogs sniff each other.
But you guys got to sample some of the foods from their country.
Oh, it was so good.
Don't put me on the spot to say how I feel about it, because if they listen, I'll feel bad.
Why, you didn't like it? It didn't. It wasn't frozen.
Big pierogi guy.
Timothy's not a big not frozen food guy.
I don't like pierogi.
He goes,
you can get frozen pierogies too, you cocksucker.
Yeah,
I don't really like those either.
Isn't pierogi just like dumplings?
Yeah, they just
That's
hurt
exactly
my stomach.
what they are, right?
The potatoes in them always hurt my stomach. I don't know why.
They're just like potatoes inside of a
inside
of a pot sticker. That's what it is.
I don't eat sauerkraut, and that's what's in the other
Don't
ones.
be a picky eater.
I'm just saying.
No, sauerkraut sounds so gross, and I've never tried it, and probably never will.
I have a sensitive stomach.
Why are you guys so picky?
Whatever comes out, yeah, I can't say I've ever actually tried it. I just don't want it.
Yeah, why are you guys so picky?
This is why we're so picky.
Why? You didn't get an answer.
He's got some weight on him,
so
he'll eat anything in sight.
I didn't get I can see you, and I didn't get what you were getting at there. And there's people only listening.
Yeah.
No, it hurts my stomach. I've got a sensitive stomach, and I'm not a big kielbasa guy. Or
kielbasa,
however you want to say it. A lot of people say kielbasa, Chris.
Is that a real
that's
thing?
what I say.
Step off your soapbox.
I say kielbasa.
Pardon me.
I'll stick to my Lunchables. I got the ham and cheese Lunchables, and I got the make your own pizza Lunchables.
Oh, I love the pizza ones.
I haven't had a Lunchable
habanero almonds.
Probably 20 years.
That's a real thing?
Dude, they're so good.
Are they raw, or because we know how you feel about raw almonds?
Barbaric.
Yeah, you texted us that.
No one
way
answers
too
me.
late of a time.
It was early.
Oh, it was early. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I knew it was either like it was a time where I wasn't gonna.
That's because I don't answer it because 90% of the things you text to the group chat are just things you say to make yourself laugh.
Yeah, they're unanswerable. Most of them.
Because all you care about is if you can make yourself go. Huh.
Yeah, and you guys are asleep because Daddy gets up early and the baby sleep till 7.
No, dude, I texted you yesterday and you didn't text me back till like 3.
Yesterday? That's because I was up so late.
Oh, see, there you go.
And we both had the day
I thought you get
off.
up early.
I do when I have to work. I've got an adult job.
So do I.
I don't work at the Pony Express.
I got a career, you guys, so.
Don't have a career, Hannaford.
Yeah, he's a part-time service leader. Oh, we've got a lot to get to. Big breaking news. Actually, well, not breaking, I guess. It's super old news at this point because of our scheduling issues, but Khalil Mack to the Bears. The Bears traded away a 2019 first and 6th rounder and a 2020 first and 3rd rounder to the Raiders in exchange for Khalil Mack, a 2020 second round pick, and a 2020 conditional 5th round
John
pick.
Gruden's really building for the future here.
How do you guys feel about this trade?
Dude, the Bears couldn't have gotten a better deal.
Yeah, that's awesome for the Bears.
Well, I mean, I guess they could have if they only traded like the 3rd.
It's just come on. Like being
insanely,
realistic, they couldn't have gotten a better deal.
No.
And I also heard that the Packers were looking to get in on that. Well, get in on the deal.
So were the 49ers.
But it's just like
they couldn't offer the same amount as the Bears.
Good for the Bears.
The Pick'em League we do at work, once the lines are set, like the spreads, they don't change, and the Packers are still giving the Bears 8.5.
Dude, I think the Packers are going to blow them out.
Not with this trade. The Bears had a top 10 defense in literally almost everything last year, and adding Khalil Mack's just going to improve that.
I don't know. I think the Packers
The
will blow
Packers
them out.
have Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Graham.
Devonta Adams.
Okay, so there's 3 players as opposed
Reggie
to...
Gilbert.
Haha, Clinton Dix.
Reggie Gilbert he's an up-and-comer. I'm not a big fan of their secondary. They're young. Got a lot to prove. I still think they'll take the division in the long run. I'm just trying to sell myself on this Bears.
Yeah, I think they'll blow them out still.
I definitely don't think it'll be a blowout.
I think they'll beat them by 14.
You think they split?
No.
The regular season?
Maybe.
All right.
The regular season hasn't even started, dude.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, you think they'll split it? We haven't seen them.
More important, well, again, Khalil Mack in getting traded quickly finalized a contract worth $141 million, $23.5 million per year, $90 million guaranteed, and $60 million at signing.
How funny is it that John Gruden's guaranteed $100 million, Khalil Mack's guaranteed $90, $10 million less than
yeah, John Gruden's a better guy than him.
That makes sense. Did you also see the Raiders said they didn't have enough liquid assets to sign Khalil Mack? That's one of the reasons why they didn't offer him enough
that's
money.
because Mark Davis is like one of the poorest owners in the NFL.
But if you look at them, if you look at everything,
at the dude.
But if you look at
those
all
haircuts are expensive.
If you look at all the teams though, like even the poorest team could afford, like without the salary cap, just off money alone, could afford the $90 million.
Well, if you think
he's just straight up lying,
they're paying Derek Carr $25 million a year.
Yeah, but he was just coming up
with $25 million a year almost. Like that's almost $50 million.
But he was coming up with like everybody said that he was just lying.
I understand the Raiders organization's a mess. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying they would have a lot of money tied up. I don't agree with the trade at all. I think that's a terrible move on their end because best case scenario from a first round pick, even if it's the first overall pick, Khalil Mack's what you hope for. This guy's a future Hall of Famer probably.
Do you think
stays on this track.
John Gruden's broadcasting in less than 5 years?
I don't think he cares. No, I wouldn't be if I was getting the $100 million and they fired me in 5. I'm going home collecting that $10 million every year after that.
Yeah, but I feel like he's still going to do something. I mean, he could have done that before.
Not me.
It's not like the broadcasters are making bang.
I'm going jet skiing and kayaking
and private jetting.
A lot of water things, and I don't even like beaches. More importantly, A.J. McCarron traded to the Raiders for a 2019 fifth-round pick.
That's more important than Khalil Mack?
Some would say so.
I don't understand why people...
In the process, E.J. Manuel and Connor Cook have both been cut.
I don't understand why that's big news.
Dude, it's not. But it's
Whatever
news.
happened to E.J. Manuel?
Well, he just got cut from the Raiders.
Yeah, he's a free agent. You want to sign him?
Yeah.
And being signed after Christian Hackenberg was cut, he just got picked up by the Bengals.
I'm glad to see him,
Hack's
testing the
back
waters.
again.
Yeah.
Third team in a couple months. Antonio Gates back in Los Angeles playing with the Chargers.
Not mad at that.
I don't even know how he's gonna be.
No, I just love to see big boy Gates.
They just need a
doing
guy
the damn
there.
thing.
I guess so.
After the Hunter Henry injury, they just need someone to throw in there and play.
That's when you trade 2 first-rounders.
Former Cincinnati and New England wide receiver Brandon LaFell is in Oakland now, and this comes piggybacking off of Martavis Bryant being released by the team.
Yeah, did you see? If he's appealing the suspension that they haven't.
If he's suspended, he's indefinitely out.
Is it indefinitely, or I thought it's 2 years?
This is his third one. He would be out for good.
Oh, I thought it was 1 year and then 2 years and then good.
Yeah, this is his third one.
No, he had the 1 year before. This will be his 2 year.
No, I'm telling you, he'd be out for good if he doesn't get this, or if the appeal doesn't.
Even if he appeals it, it's probably going to be at least a year.
No one's going to touch him at this point, I don't think. But
what is it for? Is it all weed? Like I know the ones before were weed.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's the same thing as substance abuse. Although the Raiders do claim that his pending suspension has nothing to do with the move. But I don't know what else it would be because they just traded a third-round pick for the guy a couple months ago, and now they're literally letting him walk. So hopefully Brandon LaFell works out there. Ravens, for the first time in a long time, have came into the season with 3 quarterbacks on their roster. Joe Flacco, RG3, and Lamar Jackson. I like that.
I mean, I think you're only going to see Joe Flacco play.
Yeah, but I'm saying if Joe Flacco ends up getting hurt, you don't want to throw Lamar Jackson in there. He's not ready. And RG3's looked good.
Yeah.
I think if RG3 ends up having any playing time, he could definitely get traded.
I think Lamar Jackson's getting so much hype after looking at his numbers at the end of preseason. He's not accurate.
Not even looking at his numbers, watching him play, he looked like shit.
Yeah. So it's just like
He's crafty and shifty on his feet.
But I don't understand why all these media outlets are like hyping him, like showing all his highlights when it's like, oh, that's his one good play.
He's exciting. Look at what they did.
Putting the pressure on Flacco.
Look at Johnny Manziel. Everybody loves Johnny Manziel, and he was an average quarterback.
Take that back.
And then he goes to Canada and throws 5 interceptions in a game.
He's the Nathan Peterman of Canada.
Some news that brought me close to tears. Jerick McKinnon tore his ACL in the last play of practice Saturday. No contact, and they were one of the few teams practicing on Saturday. McKinnon's been battling a knee injury all offseason, so I'm not sure why this was even happening.
The 49ers were just destined to not have him.
So he's out. This fucks me on a fantasy level and a personal level, but it's okay. We'll persevere.
No, dude, just go pick up Alfred
Morris.
Alfred Morris, yeah, dude. Pick up Alfred Morris. Big points, probably.
Le'Veon Bell still hasn't showed up to train either,
I don't think he's going to.
Which is bad for me because I have Jerick McKinnon in one league and Le'Veon Bell in another. So.
And there's a good chance Le'Veon may miss 6 games this year.
So now I've got Duke Johnson in all 3 of the leagues I'm in because he's been my filler guy for these.
He's not a bad pickup.
He's not, but he's not Le'Veon Bell or Jerick McKinnon probably. So I'm going to be scraping by for a little bit. Cowboys cut veteran kicker Dan Bailey.
Yeah, he just wasn't committing enough crime.
I felt so unsure saying that.
I don't think he... Why? Did they say why?
No.
No.
I think they just have someone...
Jerry Jones doing Jerry Jones stuff. Yeah, but how can you... Dan Bailey's like a few years away from being in the Hall of Fame.
Retiring, going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Like, you cut a Hall of Fame kicker for a young guy you like.
Like, you...
It's a kicker.
Just for the sake of respecting Dan Bailey and everything he's done for the organization, you keep him.
He'll get picked up by the Chargers when their kickers miss 30 extra points by week 3.
And speaking... Well, I think he's practicing with the Jets, actually. He was working out with them. Speaking of a team treating its former players with respect, veteran defensive back Terrence Newman at 40 years old has retired. And within hours, he joined Mike Zimmer's coaching staff.
Good for him for doing the damn thing till 40. And he went all the way through training camp, which is every player's, like, most hated part of the season.
He just did it.
He went through training camp and went, I'm just going to retire anyway.
I listened to an interview with him on the Adam Schefter podcast earlier this summer. He's, like, such a humble and respectful guy. Like, I'm excited that the team treated him like that and gave him...
Well, I'm sure he's probably smart as fuck if the Vikings signed him right into the coaching staff.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even if he's there, like, how... Dwight Freeney helps out with the Colts. Like, he's not actually their D-line coach, but he's like the D-line intern or whatever. Like, even if he's just doing that with the backs, it's probably huge. Like,
I don't even think it's going to be like that. I mean, Terrence Newman, if you listen to him talk, the guy loves football more than anything. He's not married. He doesn't have kids.
Well, I'm sure he'll become a coach.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be there a lot and super involved with them.
But probably this year he'll be an intern and then become a coach next year.
And Nick Foles is starting Thursday.
And looking shit. Just like usual.
Oh, boy.
Which I'm a fan of.
Hammer the Falcons covering.
Yeah. Well, they're getting points.
The Falcons are getting points, right?
That's what I'm saying. Hammer them winning.
Winning, yeah. They'll win.
They will cruise through that.
Because that's not Super Bowl Nick Foles. That's Nick Foles who threw 3 interceptions against the Browns.
That's the actual Nick Foles. Yeah.
That's the Nick Foles who lost the preseason game 5-0.
They are... That defense is still going to be decent for the Eagles, but with Alshon Jeffrey out, Jay Ajayi's coming in off of a foot injury. A lot of that team's coming back from injury, and you have Nick Foles quarterbacking the team. I'm not super excited about it.
I don't think there's really any defense that could... I think the Falcons will score on any defense in the NFL. Like, they'll put up solid points against any defense in the NFL.
Yeah, I like that offense a lot this year.
I think they have too much, and they're a tricky offense.
I'm ready to see what Steve Sarkisian does in the red zone this year, because that's where he seemed to struggle all last year. But
like the last 4 or 5 games of the year, they seem to really get it together.
Yeah, he started using Julio properly,
and then the Julio drop in the end zone.
And I will let you move into MMA. I'm going to probably cut you off at some point because there's something I know I'm forgetting, and I forgot to write down. If it comes back, I'll need to interject.
All right, in MMA news, we'll save UFC 228 for a little bit later, but we have John Jones wants to fight DC 2 more times to destroy his confidence. Like, just to say, because DC said that John Jones is...
2 more?
Yeah, he wants to make sure he destroyed his confidence. John Jones...
That's just not going to happen.
DC
if John Jones beats him again...
DC said those 2 will always be in the same bracket. The UFC would never allow them to fight 4 times.
No.
But what he's just saying to fuck DC up.
Yeah.
Those 2, for some reason, hate each other so much.
Yeah, even after sharing the cage twice already, going through all that, because they were scheduled to fight like how many times now, like 3 or 4 with it getting called off. So it's like the amount that these guys have talked to each other and just shit talked. It's like, just get over it already. Especially when I don't know if
but John Jones
still
says
a big question mark on when John Jones is going to come back anyway.
John Jones said the day DC beats Stipe, it like that's when everything hit him, when he was just like, that was supposed to be my path.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
And now he's like trying to... He said he's been trying to get his life together. He's said that he's never taken steroids.
Yeah.
Do we believe that?
I don't know. I think the way he... Like, this last time, I don't think he was doing steroids. I think it was a drug of his choice.
Which one?
Probably cocaine.
Oh, so now you think he's a cokehead?
Well, yeah, dude. He's been caught with coke a few times.
So that makes him a cokehead.
Yeah.
That's fucked, dude.
But late last week, Chris, your boy Logan Paul said he wants to fight in the UFC. Sage Northcutt said he would gladly fight him.
You know, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened.
Yeah,
just like, which sucks
Zach
to
would
say.
be down here watching the fight, and that's what they want.
Main event, Paul versus Northcutt.
They need 10-year-old kids coming down to watch Logan Paul get his ass beat.
Logan Paul beats Sage Northcutt, and Sage Northcutt fights for the title.
That's right up there.
That makes absolutely that sounds like the UFC's line.
UFC 300, Logan Paul
Logan
versus
Paul.
Sage Northcutt.
No, if Logan Paul somehow wins, he's fighting for the belt.
No,
right
hold
away.
on.
for the atom weight title.
No, 155, dude. So it'd probably be 155. How about Khabib, Logan Paul?
Well,
Book it.
Logan wrestled in high school. He was gritty from what his coach said. So
Book it.
Dude, and he did a little bit of amateur boxing.
And
to
he's
get
trains
ready
with
for this.
AJ Asgram.
he did draw KSI.
Yep, that's
so
exciting. He trains with the Florida boy.
Speaking of that KSI Logan Paul
No.
fight, it did better than any UFC card has done in the last 2 years.
wow. I mean,
But like we talked about before, these are
$10.
yeah, $10
Yeah,
pay-per-view,
$10
but
pay-per-views
still, that's
and-
pretty big for.
They're huge. I mean, look at their subscribers. They're huge. Both those guys are huge YouTubers.
It still just kind of goes to show that like
that's so
UFC's not
fucked up.
doing great right now.
There's very few people that I wouldn't fight for the amount of money they made off that fight.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I would go in and get the
$6
shit
million?
kicked out of me by pretty much anyone. Because like in a sanctioned fight, once you get knocked out, it's done.
Especially with headgear in a sanctioned boxing fight.
yeah.
And again, if I got knocked out, it's done. I got knocked out and made money.
But, UFC's been kind of slow. But we do have UFC 228 coming up. Headlined with Tyron Woodley defending his title against Darren Till. Do you guys have thoughts about that fight?
Tyron Woodley, Darren Till.
Are we starting right off with the
Yeah.
main event? Okay.
Do you want me to get some odds up for you?
I guess. Do you have any thoughts on it? How do you think it
Uh,
goes?
I want to know how Darren Till's doing with his weight right now because
Yeah,
that
'cause
makes all the difference. in the
Last
world.
week he said that the weight cut was a bitch. He hates the weight cut.
Yeah, and
He looked big. He said he
I
was
don't-
big too.
I don't like hearing that from
A guy who's struggling making 170.
because there's no, if he doesn't make the weight, the fight's off.
Yeah.
So there's nothing he can do this time with the limit
Yeah,
like
exactly.
he had last time. So I don't
And he has to make 170, not 171.
exactly. He's got to be on the dot at that
Yeah.
exact time. I don't know if he can make the weight. If he shows up and he rehydrates the right way and he comes in looking good, I think he can get it done against Woodley.
I think if he comes in on weight and everything, I don't know. These embeddeds are big for me. I'll probably come back with a more
Yeah, I was thinking
sincere
the
bet
same
on
thing.
Friday. I love watching those to
Yeah.
get my take.
Oh yeah,
But as of right now, Darren Till round 2 is probably my
yep.
pick.
I think it's
TKO.
round 2 or round 3.
This
The
fight
TKO.
is a pick 'em. Both fighters are at minus 110 favorites.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Just because Woodley hasn't fought in a while,
But
if he uses his wrestling, then he beats Darren Till.
So
and
I
he
will
has
not be
more
fighting,
tools to
or-
do it. Yeah,
And the problem with Woodley is Darren Till has been taken down, and in that fight, it led to a draw. If Darren Till's getting taken down and starts worrying about that takedown, that's when Woodley lands that knockout punch.
the thing that concerns me for Woodley is how much he moves backwards. And if you watch a
Yeah,
lot of his
exactly.
fights, he waits and backs up to the cage and then explodes off of it. You can't do that
But at
against
the
Darren
same
Till.
time,
'Cause Darren
Woodley's
Till's the best at keeping people at range.
at
and-
the same time Woodley's kind of like a GSP where he always changes his game plan to beat everyone.
Woodley's one of the most cerebral fighters
Yeah.
in that division. Like
So-
you can't take anything away from the way he prepares for his fights. He always comes in with the perfect
So
game
if
plan.
if he won, I wouldn't be shocked.
no,
I just think Darren Till's striking, and he's so big
oh yeah,
that
absolutely.
he can keep Woodley at bay and finish him that way.
I think it's going to be a great fight.
And Darren Till's got power that Wonder Boy doesn't have in his hands.
Exactly, and he's got more confidence to
Yeah.
attack. I
Yeah.
think. In the Wonder Boy fight, it was different because both guys were kind of
So respectful. Darren
Yeah.
Till's not going to respect his power at all.
no. I think
Which
it's gonna
could lead
be,
to him getting
yeah,
knocked
yeah,
out.
But I think either way, it's going to be super exciting.
Slightly off topic, but I saw that Roberto Sanchez is fighting. And when I first read it, I thought it said Rigoberto Sanchez, and I was like, why was this not brought up until?
The Colts punter.
Yeah, I was like, why is this so under the radar here?
So did you have a pick for Woodley Till? You going with your boy?
I like Darren Till.
You going with the Vanilla Gorilla?
Yeah, he's fun. I like the Tillsbury Doughboy.
Well, one of the things too, if he does have a rough weight cut, I feel like we're gonna see
It's-
him.
The weight cut is so much on this.
Yeah, because I think that's when he's gonna have to attack and look for a finish in the early rounds
Yeah.
because he knows he won't be able to go 5 hard rounds if it is a tough weight cut. And if Woodley knows it was a tough weight cut and he sees him at the weigh-ins and he just barely makes the weight, that's when I think you're gonna see Woodley really trying to
Yeah.
put the pressure on him in those later rounds.
So the co-main event, I'm sure the odds on this are ridiculous. But Nico Montana or whatever will defend her title that she won from the Ultimate Fighter, the Women's Flyweight Championship. She's the first title holder.
Oh, I think I
Versus
said this a
Valentina
couple weeks
Shevchenko.
ago when Tim over here brought it up. don't put a cent on Nico.
No, before,
What's
I'll
the
say it
before I
again.
give you
What's
the
the
odds, do you
odds?
think there's a slight chance
Dude,
of
Nico doesn't
winning?
win. No.
Minus 600 favorite for Valentina. I'm
No.
going.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm going -8.
And eight,
Minus
just
800
eight.
minus
800.
800.
Oh.
800, yeah.
You think?
It's higher.
Minus
We got
1,000.
Nico Montano at plus 805. Valentina Shevchenko at minus 1,220.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude.
God.
If Nico wins
And
this,
that's fair.
biggest upset
Yeah.
ever, for sure.
Yeah.
Because Valentina she's only lost, her losses to Amanda Nunes are both split decisions.
Yeah.
And like
And now
she's like damn good.
Now
in them.
she's going down to her like natural weight, 125.
Yeah.
That's a good weight for her.
So let's put
She's
this
gonna be
into
dancing all
perspective.
over this
if you
card.
bet,
Oh, yeah.
if you bet $100 on Valentina Shevchenko, you would profit $8.20.
Which makes
yeah.
sense, dude.
Not worth the
That
risk
makes sense.
for anyone.
No.
I would never take that chance though, personally, unless I had like, I was betting like
It'll
30
be the
grand on it.
easiest $8 you've ever made, though.
Yeah,
That's
for sure. There's no way. And Nico has literally nothing to counter Valentina.
Yeah, but you know what? If something happened and I was like, I bet $100 on this girl, this number,
Just
and
a random
805,
knockout.
an 805 underdog one, I would
A
probably
fan
never bet
throws
again.
a bottle at Valentina Shevchenko and knocks her out.
That'd be no
Yeah.
contest though, so you just get
Yeah.
your money back.
No, dude. It's a TKO.
No.
Because Nico had a knife.
Yeah.
So
But the ref never
They
caught
call
it.
her
this
Nico
fight,
the
we're,
knife.
We're
Yeah.
probably not gonna break
Don't-
this fight down too much here. Then
Yeah,
'cause
Valentina Shevchenko.
first round finish.
I think it's going to be like how. Remember that fight?
No, the problem is it's 125. So this could be a fight where it takes all 5 rounds, but Valentina just pieces her up the
I don't know if
whole
it takes
time.
all 5 rounds because
I think it
remember
takes 4.5
Valentina's last
minutes.
fight when she fought that. I don't know if it was her last fight, but remember when she fought that girl who didn't belong in there and it got stopped way too late? It could be one of those things. She
It
could
could-
just like
it could,
demolish her. In
But at
every
125,
aspect.
it could go 5 rounds.
Yeah,
And just
I could
be
see
a
that.
massacre.
In which case, that's good for Nico.
What
if
if
it lasts
within
5.
the first round Nico comes out, takes her down and submits her?
That'd be so cool.
Without
It's not
throwing
gonna
a
happen
strike.
because I don't even know what Nico does.
Tough winner.
there's a couple.
Yeah, she's just she's gritty.
There's a couple fun lines on here.
Yeah, is this next one fun with Zabit versus Brandon Davis?
I don't even have this line on here.
Oh, really?
I did not expect you to jump to that either.
That's the next fight on the card.
Oh, is it?
That's the
'Cause
fight before the
for
co-main
me,
event.
It goes from.
That's because Zabit had who got hurt that he was.
Oh, wait,
Yair.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not.
You had the
doing-
Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's gone. Are we skipping over Carolina Kowalkiewicz?
Well, this is before.
This fight's before
Zabit's-
Nico Montana, though. Montana.
Yeah, and it's after the Carolina fight
Carolina.
or whatever. This is the third fight.
Oh,
on
Nico Montano is the co-main event.
yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Zabit's the fight before it.
Yeah, I don't have those.
Zabit fights Brandon Davis. Let's look at Brandon Davis's 9-4 record. He's coming off a loss from Enrique Berzalo.
All right, so I'm gonna have to go.
No, he's gonna be
Heavy
coming off a
Zabit
loss
here.
from Zabit.
Yeah.
Now, do you think this one lasts more than 1 round?
Yeah,
Maybe
I think it goes all 3.
it could. I don't know. Zabit's last fight, he
Dude, why do you
Didn't put that
sneeze
dude
like
away.
that?
I don't
So-
know, dude. My allergies are so bad this year.
You're not allergic
This
to
year?
anything. Literally not allergic to anything.
I know.
You
My-
just sneeze.
Dude, and then my nose gets mad stuffy. But yeah, Zabit walks through Brandon Davis.
I don't see how.
Just like how you'd walk through Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Like,
But at least that would be fun
Yeah.
to watch. That would be cool because both guys would be throwing crazy things.
Oh, would it?
Probably.
The next fight on it is Jessica Andrade versus... Chris, you go ahead and say her name.
Carolina
Oh.
Koala.
Carolina Kowalkiewicz.
No, there's no V in there.
There doesn't have
And
to
he
be.
gave us 2.
Yin Jacek spelled like Jedz. Like,
Jessica Andrade is coming in at minus 425 favorite with Carolina at plus 325.
I think I like Carolina in this.
ooh, that's a big upset, huh?
I don't know. I don't think that's huge. Jessica Andrade, you know what you're getting.
But
She comes straight
Odds
forward.
wise, yeah.
No, it's plus 325.
It's
that's
not
not
a lot.
huge.
Isn't that like a decent
That's
amount?
big.
That's big,
That's
yeah.
big. An average underdog in an MMA fight, we usually see around like 125.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
good.
a big pick.
You gotta
No,
realize
I'm not
on
saying I
that
don't
fight-
like it. I'm just saying like that is.
I mean,
Oh.
let's see. Let's just.
The
put
problem
this
is
into perspective for
Carolina,
you.
Carolina tends to lose those big fights.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just see her getting this one done. Jessica Andrade loves to come forward.
I have to lean towards.
She's a bully, and Carolina likes to stay on the outside. So this fight's kind of made for her.
Yeah, but I think Andrade is just one of those special fighters that just they're predictable, but they still find a way to get it done every time. Like she knows how to
Oh,
close that distance.
You love Ronda, dude, and I'm so over
my
you talking
God.
about her.
No, I don't think I don't think she'll ever beat like Joanna or Rose, but I think she'll be able to beat someone like Carolina because she's just such a bull coming forward. I mean, we saw that Claudia fight. That was in.
Yeah, but the problem with when you have the formula, once fighters know how to counter that, they can all learn how to do it. Carolina could have learned how to do that, and this kind of comes towards her wheelhouse. Like, this is what she likes to do.
We'll see.
The way to beat her is the thing she likes to do. I think the biggest problem for Carolina is this fight goes to the ground.
Yeah, and I think it will at some point. So.
No, I don't think this fight's going to be a barn burner. That's for sure.
No, probably not.
Dude, let's go watch that fight that didn't belong in the last card we watched.
Dude, that's...
You know what I'm talking about, that girl fight that had no reason
now
to
it
be
has to
on
be
there.
a women's fight.
It was a women's fight that had no place because I don't think either fighter was in the top 10.
The next fight, they weren't in the top 15. Neither one were in the top 15.
Yeah, that was a
I didn't know there were
bullshit fight.
fighters outside the top.
It was a
15.
good fight.
It was 125.
It was a
too,
good
dude.
fight, but when they walked out, I went, don't care, and didn't pay attention. And then, like, towards the middle, I was like, I wish I was watching this. It actually looks good.
The next fight we'll cover is Aljamain Sterling versus the undefeated Cody Stamann.
Dude,
Funk
what?
Master.
Oh, wait. Real quick, Carla Esparza at plus 395. Where do you stand on that?
Who's she fighting again?
Tatiana Suarez. Sorry.
Tatiana's from The Ultimate Fighter, right? Yeah.
She's minus 540 favorite.
Tatiana?
Heavy favorite, yeah.
Whoa.
Carla's
That's 7-0.
Carla's plus 395.
Yeah, but who did Carla-
Underdog.
Carla just lost to Claudia in a close fight. Carla's
I've
experienced.
got to
I
go
gotta
with
go
Carla.
with Carla, too.
Yeah, Carla.
Because Tatiana's talented, but she's young. Very young.
I mean, $25 would end you in the ballpark of 100 in this case. If you guys
Sure.
This
wanna
might
go
be the
light
fight
on
to
it.
bet on.
Yeah, this might be the one to go on. I think this is the one.
I think
Carla, but at the same time, if Tatiana wins this fight, like, she's like the new deal. That's who you'll see Rose probably fighting next.
Yeah.
But she's got so much experience underneath her, and she only really loses to the top of the division.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's so good against everyone else. And even the people she loses to, she still puts on such a good fight.
And I think Tatiana's specialty is her grappling, and Carla's just not one to get bullied.
And at the same time, Carla did beat Rose. Even though Rose was 23 years old or something like that, she still did. She still has a win over
You
her.
don't think convince me anymore. Just threw a little bit on there. Moving forward, Cody Stamann and Aljamain Sterling.
Yep, Aljamain Sterling. This is
Hey, last time you guys talked me into a bet on the podcast, we won. So
Yeah.
hopefully you're 2 for 2 after this.
Aljamain Sterling's a guy who's been climbing the ranks, but every time he gets to like that top 8 spot, he starts to struggle. Cody Stamann, though, is undefeated. I think he's 8-0, 9-0.
You love that guy.
He's got 3 fights in the UFC. Obviously, he's won them all. And I don't know. This is one where I like Aljamain Sterling.
Aljamain's coming off that fight with who was it? Henan Barao?
As if.
Did he fight Henan Barao last, or
no.
was it?
Didn't he just lose?
He got knocked out to Marlon Moraes.
Yeah, and that was a too soon fight for me because that's where it came from.
I don't know. Yeah, I think.
Oh, he has a win versus. Actually, no. Brett Johns was the one getting too much too soon.
Brett Johns, that's
beat
what it
Brett
was.
Johns.
Yeah,
and then a loss, and then a win to Henan Barao.
Do you want some lines for this fight?
Henan Barao in his last
Aljamain
fight.
Sterling has to be the favorite. Right?
Minus 135 with Cody Stamann at plus 115 underdog.
I like Aljamain Sterling. He's
yeah.
still young. He's really good.
He's gonna have a tough time cracking that top 5. But I think anyone.
He's
in
still a
bantamweight
guy.
is.
He's still a guy though that's young enough to where he could win the title at some point.
At some point, I just don't think it's gonna be anytime soon.
Like one of
with
those
some the-
weird turnovers where TJ and Dominic Cruz like retire.
Yeah.
And somehow Cody isn't the champion.
Yeah.
Aljamain Sterling could steal that bad boy.
What's his fight name?
Funk Master.
He's the Funk Master.
Not buying it. He won't win a belt.
And one fight that's really going under the radars, and it's on the prelims, Jimmy Rivera versus John Dotson.
I thought you were going to say
That's a great
I was
fight.
hoping you would bring up Darian Stewart, so you would say Darian Stewart. But yeah, John Dotson and Jimmy Rivera is...
That's such a big sleeper fight. And it's because John Dotson's coming up from 125.
Dude, you have Diego Sanchez
But he's been
on
at
this
135
card?
a few fights
yeah.
now.
I like John Dodson.
Jim Miller.
At 135.
Yeah, cool, Timothy. This isn't 2010, though.
I know, but Jim Miller's got the bush of the century, dude.
Oh, my God.
But so
His pubes are going to
do you
be
have,
all over the octagon.
Do you have odds on Jimmy Rivera
That's
and John Dotson?
Big prediction from you.
John Dotson. I'm always here for the little the prop bets. John Dotson at plus 125 and Jimmy Rivera favored it at minus 145.
Yeah, I think so.
You think
Jimmy Rivera? Yeah, I think he knocks him out. John Dotson's too small for 135.
I don't know.
See that.
I'd go with... I'm picking John Dodson on this fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy won, but I think his power and his speed carries over to. He's significantly faster than most people in that division.
Yeah, but I think
in
but
this
even
fight,
with Jimmy Rivera, it wasn't the speed that made him lose to Marlon Moraes.
No, it was just a perfectly timed head kick.
Yeah.
But I think if John Dodson can find that opening, he is quick enough to capitalize on.
But I don't think the opening's not something that Jimmy Rivera. It's not like
he's
something.
Very,
he's very close usually. He doesn't allow many openings. This was just literally Marlon Moraes, and I think Marlon Moraes would
is
beat
a lot better
both
than
these
people
guys.
give him credit for. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Jimmy Rivera. I think he knocks him out probably first or second round.
I like Rivera in this too.
All right, I'll go with Dodson.
I thought he was going to say, okay, I'll go with Rivera.
Just based off the way he is when he's so malleable.
No,
But yeah,
I'll go against the grain.
I mean, this fight's definitely one of those cards that if you look at it, it doesn't look too stacked.
No, but there's a lot of
But if
good
you
fights.
actually look at it, there's some really good fights.
There's
Like
no
Jim
jump
Miller,
out
dude. Jim
Conor
Miller, Craig
McGregor,
White.
but there's...
No, dude, stop
Why
drawing
are you
those
drawing
S's, dude.
man? We're not in 6th grade.
Pay attention.
I was. Craig White, Jim Miller.
Go work at Zoomies,
Oh, wait,
dude.
Diego Sanchez is fighting Craig White. I was off. Jim Miller's fighting Alex White.
What? Are they really the brothers?
The White brothers.
Are they brothers?
They're fighting the White Bros?
Instead of the Wright brothers, the White brothers.
Well, the White brothers are both
They built a
favored
plane and flew there.
in their respective fights. Craig White's a heavier favorite.
Yeah, they should, dude, because Diego Sanchez and Jim Miller have a combined age of 98.
And again, Jim Miller's got that bush that really holds him back.
Are they brothers?
He would be a lot. He could make the
No.
lighter weight class if he shaved.
His bush?
Yeah. His
Dude,
beard?
how do you know? Like,
Dude,
what
why do you want-
Because we've all
logos-
seen
Why
it
do you
when
want
he
him to
walks
shave his
up
beard
there.
so much?
No, I'm talking about his pubic.
Yeah,
his,
yeah,
his
dude.
bonsai tree.
Yo,
Oh, you're
I've
talking about
never
the
seen
penis
that.
beard.
Yeah, his
I've never
bonsai
seen-
tree.
Don't
Oh, dude,
call
what
it
do
a
you mean have
bonsai
him?
tree,
Yeah,
dude.
Dude,
when
there's a
he-
distinct fight.
That
I don't-
means...
When he walks out with his bonsai tree and is like just bowling
No, dude.
out of his
You know how
hands.
fighters will adjust their cup like before
Yeah.
they get in the cage? Whenever he does that, you can just see the
And the
happy
cup?
road all the way down. The happy
No,
highway.
it's not a happy. It's not a happy highway. But the cup never sits back on his pelvic bone
Oh my
because it
God.
always has that barrier.
He says he grows
with
it.
balled up pubes.
Dude, I don't know.
He says it
if
grows
they're
it
all
'cause-
balled up.
He says he grows it so that way when he gets kicked in the groin, the cup hits the bush and then it disperses.
It's not a bad move.
Oh my God.
That's why he never has to take breaks for ball kicks.
Yep. He goes, nah, hit the bush. And the ref goes, oh, okay, keep going.
Oh my God,
He'll
dude.
never shave.
I
it, dude.
can't get
It's
Jim Miller's
actually-
pubes out of my mind
It's
now.
actually not illegal to kick Jim Miller in the nuts.
It's not.
No, you can't. The
He
fight
said it
just
was a
keeps going.
secret that his dad taught him back in like
To
when
grow
he was a
it.
kid.
They
To
said-
never shave your
They called.
pubes. He
They
goes,
actually
we're gonna
called
start growing them from
They
now.
called the Miller bush.
Yeah.
the Miller Bush.
Yeah.
It sounds like the collaboration between like Miller and Bush beer.
Oh, here we
Okay, no
go.
free plugs.
Yeah, nice.
Dude, why do you love Bush beer so much?
Dude,
All you do is drink.
I don't, dude.
All you drink is the Bat
Bush Light.
Blues.
I like
no,
a
he
nice-
drinks Bush Light.
I like a nice cream ale every now and then.
You don't-
No, I don't.
You don't like Jenny's or whatever it was. What was it, producer Pops?
He's not
What
listening.
was that cream ale Jenny's or something that you mentioned that I've never heard of? Jenny's cream ale. Chris wants one of those.
I do want to try it.
Chris, you're like 15.
That's what they're called.
Jenny Screamers?
Screamers.
I don't want to make anyone named Jenny Scream.
Only like 3 years though, and then you can actually have one.
Shut up, Nick. Significantly older than everyone.
Shut up, Nick. Friends younger than him
Yeah.
My friend's older than me.
at the post.
Yeah, they're either significantly older.
They're either postmasters or us.
Yeah.
All right, but that's everything I have for MMA news.
I didn't think of the other thing I was alluding to.
That's all right. It can wait till.
No, that's not what we're doing yet.
Next episode.
No, get out of here.
Featuring Tim.
I think we're actually going to maybe just hop into next word of the day.
Go ahead and hum us in.
Next word.
Nick, you want to know what your word is?
Nick, do you want to know what kind of word you have?
Oh, I switched it up.
Noun.
I was going to say
It's a
verb,
noun.
so it's okay.
Oh, it's what you do.
Your definition is a person qualified to treat diseased or injured animals.
Doctor? Dude, I hope this is just vet and not veterinary. I can't even say it.
Nick, your word is.
Veterinarian.
Veterinarian.
Nick, your word is.
Veterinarian.
Nick, your word is.
Veterinarian.
V-E-T. Wait, hold on. Let me say this.
Wait, do you want the country of origin? Because you seem
Yeah.
to like that.
Veterinarian. Is that right? Veterinarian?
Yeah, I don't think we're getting the country of origin, so you're out of luck.
But
oh,
it's a-
wait, let me go
am
to
I saying the word right?
Merriam-Webster.
Veterinarian.
Say it however you want, Poppy.
Well, no, because it matters if I'm saying it right.
It's
Can you use it in a
something.
sentence?
Dude,
Chris, use it in a sentence.
Don't. This isn't a spelling bee. Don't let them boss you around.
No,
This
you
is the
use it in a
Sports Dorks
sentence, though.
podcast. No,
You'll use it. Every time I ask for it, you use
Maybe
it in
I
a sentence.
would.
Can somebody use it in a
I
sentence?
would say a doctor who gives medical treatment to animals.
No, you
Is
gotta
a
use the word.
veterinarian.
There we go. You got it. There's no origin.
This word came from nowhere.
No, we made it up. So go ahead and spell it right.
It was just there. Hey, I think my phone's getting viruses from Merriam-Webster because it just came up with one of these ads that when you click close,
Oh, it says
Oh,
you
it
want a
does
free
something?
iPad
Yeah,
or
I
something.
want a free Amazon
and you
thing.
can't get out of it,
This
so
is
it
Mary-
really seems like
this
it's
is
not-
Merriam-Webster. Don't be hacked or whatever's going on with you guys.
No, they're hacking you, dude.
Fix
That's
it,
how they
Mer-
make their money.
Fix it,
They leaked all
Merriam-Webster.
your photos.
All right, your word's veterinarian.
VETIN.
I already closed it.
VETA.
Come on.
That's two, dude. You got one more. Think
Wait,
it
was
out.
I wrong at the I part?
Yes, you sure
Okay.
were.
Oh,
Wait, I don't even know how to say the word anymore. Veterinarian.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not.
sure.
Say the word.
It's not veterinarian.
It's not veterinarian.
Oh my god, I have to open it back up to.
No,
make
just
her
say
play.
the word, dude.
No, because that's
Veterinarian.
not how it works.
Veterinarian.
No, you're still so far off.
veterinarian,
Veterinarian. Veterinarian.
Yeah. good.
VETR.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
Jesus Christ.
VETERINARI.
You know what I do? I just say, hey, the dog's got to go to the vet.
No, because people don't know if you're
They
talking
don't take it
about,
to the
like,
war vet.
Labor Day was yesterday.
They don't take it to the war vets.
Labor Day was yesterday, so
And-
there could be a war vet.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Isn't that what that is?
No.
Oh no, that's Memorial Day,
Oh,
Chris.
That's
No,
Memorial
that's
Day,
Veterans
dude.
Day.
And Veterans Day.
That's pretty much everything but the day you were thinking of.
I thought Labor Day had something to do with
No,
soldiers.
just for people who work.
Yep.
It's
I
for
had to
full-time
work on
employees.
Labor Day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you work part-time service manager.
Service leader.
Oh, not quite a manager. My bad.
Oh, wait. We got a new segment with a new name.
no,
that's
we
next.
don't. No, we don't.
Is it called What the Bet?
No, it's
No.
Chris, what is it called?
According to a recent poll on Instagram, the fans supported my candidate for the name.
I'm not calling.
Introduce it so well.
You betcha.
We're gonna
With
get,
Timothy Chura.
We're gonna get a
Featuring Tim.
We're gonna get a new.
Featuring Nick.
We'll get. Don't worry. We'll get a. We'll get a thing going for it.
Yeah, for You Betcha. Timothy, say it. What
Say
segment
it.
are we doing, Timothy?
Hummus in.
I'm just gonna do. We're doing a segment where I go through some bets, crazy.
What's it
bets.
called, though?
It
I thought we
doesn't-
came up with a name.
No, it doesn't have a
The
name.
fans voted, and
It doesn't have a name yet.
it's You Betcha.
Don't miss
Yeah.
your chance to bet on some other polls to vote on some other polls. Follow us on Instagram at sportsdork_.
Thanks,
Nice.
Chris. All right, what bets do you have today?
Signing off now.
All right. Well, I don't think the fact that this line is set the way it is shows a lot about our political stance right now. Will Donald Trump diss Eminem via tweet in September 2018? The underdog is no, and that's the first issue. Yes is favorited at -200, and no is underdog at +160.
Yeah,
Our president is
I have to go
favorited.
yes on this one.
I have to go with yes.
Our-
I got to go with the favorite. We don't like picking favorites here at Sports Dorks.
Our
but
president is favorited to diss a
With
rapper that
every-
was famous 20 years
yeah,
ago.
with everything
On
going on
Twitter.
with Eminem lately, I think he's going
How-
to put his hat in the mix because he loves the attention.
How cool?
On Twitter, dude.
How
He's
cool
going
would
to.
it be if Donald Trump came out with his own diss track?
Oh, featuring Machine Gun Kelly?
I would,
No, just himself, dude.
I guess I would like it a little bit more.
It
But
would be cool. It
It
would be like,
better than
But
him
it'd be like,
tweeting about
but
it.
don't put that much time into it.
and then he said like he's going to stop being a piece of shit too in the diss track.
No,
and it's
dude,
just
dude,
awesome.
And then
It's
he's like,
him
I'm also not
shitting.
racist, and I'm not going to be like sexually harassing girls anymore.
No,
anymore.
dude,
Like
no,
he
he's not gonna
acknowledges
say
that
that.
he did in the past, then it's like, okay, like
Anymore.
yeah. That would be cool, but it's not going to happen. He's just going to say like, Eminem, very terrible. You haven't been good in years.
Sad.
Sad.
Oh, fuck that guy. And
So,
moving
Timothy,
forward-
wait, what's your bet?
Dude, like,
You hammer on the underdog?
You got to pound the
No.
favorite on that one.
we gotta. We
You
need,
gotta go with yes. You
we
know he's
need
going
a
to.
New, yeah, I'm going yes, but we need a new president if that's the way this line's set. Because if Obama was in office, I feel like the line would be drastically. Actually, this wouldn't be a bet.
Dude, Obama
If
did make a
Obama
video
was
of
in
him putting
office-
a cookie in milk and
Well,
saying
no.
thanks, Obama.
That's probably
Obama
the best video
wouldn't diss-
president's ever done.
Because Eminem wouldn't come at Obama, so Obama would have no reason to go back at Eminem.
No, but what I'm saying is like this wouldn't even be a
Well,
bet.
no
This
shit.
wouldn't be a thing because we have a clown, a red-nosed clown.
All right, that's your political view. What's next, bet?
Yeah.
Moving forward, how many threes will Pat McAfee knock down in 5 minutes?
I think it's what 19.
No, over. You know the exact number. You think he's gonna knock down 19 in 5 minutes?
No, I thought that's
then
what
you're
the
gonna
bet
take
was.
the over on 18.5 at minus 200. Under 18.5 is plus 1500. That's
Now,
ridiculous.
everybody here knows I'm a huge fan of Pat McAfee. Listen to the podcast.
Here we
and
go.
We
No,
know.
no free plugs.
He's hitting the over on this, no doubt.
You think so? What does
Dude,
this
have
mean?
you seen him? He has to make
They're
three
NBA threes.
NBA
Oh.
threes. He has to make 19 in
Is
5
he
minutes.
booting them in or?
No, he's throwing them.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
He's
I would
shooting
trust him
them
more
in.
kicking them in.
He's shooting them in. But if you've seen his Instagram, it's literally multiple times him going around the world making
I think he
those.
chokes. I think he chokes.
No, because he gets to pick the spot. He's not going around the world. He literally picks the spot, and the balls are just being racked for him.
Oh,
and he
okay,
just
then.
grabs them and has 5 minutes to make 19 threes.
5 minutes?
He's 5 minutes.
Oh, he's dude. Yeah.
So over.
Yeah, over.
Well, you can go more into that bet. Hang on, let me find it real
I
quick.
just wouldn't put money on it though.
But
'cause
this is
fuck
like
that.
a new thing that he's
What is
because
it
my
called?
bookie's like his big sponsor. Every Thursday they'll have a new bet for him. Like he said, one of them is going to be him versus sumo wrestler.
You can bet the number of threes he knocks down. It ranges from 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 16, 17 to 21, 22 to 26, or 27
I'd go
plus.
22 to 26.
And will Pat McAfee hit 5 straight 3-point shots without a miss?
Yes,
That's plus 200.
I'd say yes.
I'm not going to bet on that personally.
Nor would I.
What's your bet? Over under.
I guess I go over because I feel like I could do it in 5
Yeah.
minutes. Like I feel like
5 minutes
Yeah.
is so long.
If you shoot
for them
enough,
racking
yeah,
the ball,
Yeah.
like you can shoot yourself out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, do you want this next one? I just thought some of the names were funny on here.
Okay.
Who will be Justin Bieber's best man at the wedding? The favorite is Ryan Butler.
Chris Wilson.
Then you have Scooter Braun,
Ah,
Scooter's such a white guy's name.
Usher.
it's not gonna be Usher.
No way.
No, we're ready. This is where it gets so out of hand.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Twist,
I don't know who that is, so it's probably not gonna be it.
Soldier Boy.
Oh,
No.
dude, is
Soldier Boy's at plus 800.
2009.
Soldier Boy's the 5th favorite at plus 800.
Dude, him
Are
and
they
Soulja
close
Boy,
or
they're
something?
probably
I don't know,
boys.
dude. They
Dude,
must
I'm
be.
assuming he has to be boys with all these guys.
Floyd Mayweather at plus 2,000.
No
No way.
shot, dude. That
No way.
those ties are severed. They
Yeah.
don't really like each other
Yeah.
anymore.
50 Cent at
Floyd
plus
may not even be at
2,000.
the wedding.
Yeah, I don't even know if Floyd
Actually,
and
he'll
50
probably
can't
be at the
in
wedding.
same room. Yeah.
He'll probably be at the wedding just because it's so much, like, publicity for him.
Oh, it's falling down again. We
Go.
gotta do a better job duct
Yeah,
taping.
there's a ghost. We were giggling that whole time.
50 Cent at plus 2,000.
No.
And
Absolutely
in
not.
last place, Ellen DeGeneres at plus 5,000.
Probably not. I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
Whoever the favorite is, probably.
Ryan Butler, probably, because it,
I
it
feel
sounds
like
like
you
just
know.
somebody he grew up with, or like met and was like
Or
Ryan's
it's his
school.
brother with a
Yeah,
different
yeah.
last name.
And it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Ryan Butler for sure.
Or Scooter. I
How
guess
big of a
Scooter's
favorite
the other
is,
way, so-
What's
Uh,
Scooter at?
Ryan Butler's plus 100, Scooter's plus 300, Usher's plus 300.
I just don't see Usher. Usher's who signed him, right?
Yeah, Usher's who found him.
I don't think so.
But I think if you ask Usher, Usher's gonna be like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, Usher's gonna.
I'm gonna
Turn
go
him
with
away.
favorite
Do
here.
you want to do a little bit extra with this and see who Haley Baldwin's maid of honor?
I
will
don't
be?
even
No,
know who
I
she
don't
is.
know, and I don't care.
The one marrying him. The
I
options,
still
you
don't know
got
what she did,
Kendall
though.
Jenner, Bella Hadid, I don't know anyone else on here, and Selena Gomez. Why
Floyd
would
Mayweather.
Selena Gomez be
nope.
the maid of honor at
They
that
just
wedding?
threw her in just to be controversial.
Floyd
because
Mayweather.
the last bet I have for you.
What if she picked Floyd Mayweather for her?
That'd be awesome.
Why are these a thing? Will
What?
Justin Bieber have a mustache at the wedding?
Yeah, probably. He's weird as fuck.
Yeah, he is weird. I could see that.
Will hang on, this was the other one.
Will I am
Selena
be there?
Gomez attend the Bieber Baldwin wedding?
Probably because
That's juicy though.
she probably will.
It is juicy. I could see
Yes
her
is plus
calling out last
400.
minute,
Yeah,
you know, and
yes.
people making a big deal
No,
about it because of
dude.
a family event.
Oh, calling out. I thought you meant like going to the wedding and telling them not to get married.
No, no, no,
I
no.
I was
no.
like, dude, no
No,
way.
no, no, no.
No way.
No, she'll wish him the best on Instagram, but I don't see her making it there. She'll say it's a family thing. There was no family thing.
No is at minus 600. Would you hammer the no?
I'm
That's
going
a-
with
That's
no.
an expensive no. Yes is plus 400.
But on Celebrity Gossip, though,
Oh, here we go.
dude, did you see Josh Peck's having a little baby? Did you see who the Godfather's gonna be?
No,
Drake Bell, baby.
that's mad cool.
Yeah,
because
that's
they
so
weren't,
cool.
They weren't
Oh.
feeling it for a while, but
Hey, don't have such a bad reputation, Alec Baldwin. Will Alec Baldwin
Be at
assault
the wedding?
Are they related?
No. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Will Alec Baldwin assault any paparazzi at the wedding?
Wait, why will he be at the wedding?
Don't be a bad guy.
No,
Wait.
the underdog?
Noah's favorite.
Oh, okay.
But like, don't be the only
Wait,
one with that question.
Wait, why is he going to be at the wedding?
Oh, because they're family.
Who?
Alec
Alec
Baldwin,
Baldwin
and
and
Haley
Haley Baldwin, the one getting
Oh,
married.
I don't know who Haley Baldwin is.
I know you said
Alec
this.
Baldwin something.
Will the couple get married on a day
Alec
related
Baldwin's
to
wife.
Ooh. Will Bieber cover up or remove the Gomez tattoo?
He has a
Before or
Gomez
after?
tattoo?
Yeah,
He's
it's not
gonna-
Selena Gomez. It just says Gomez.
The guy. What if he's
No,
no? He's
I don't know what
No,
it
no,
is.
I think it's the face. I think it's her face.
no,
dude, you're thinking of Zayn Malik.
It says-
No, I think it's the
It
face.
says
dude.
Gomez, and it's just
All
gonna be.
bullshit aside,
No,
I don't want to
no.
hear your games.
No,
I think
dude.
it's Selena's face,
Justin
and I think he's gonna
Bieber.
get it covered.
No, dude, it
Selena.
just says Gomez on his wrist, and he's gonna have a friend there, a little Mexican guy with 2 thumbs up. His name's
Yeah.
Gomez. He's gonna, hey Gomez. He's like, hey.
Oh, dude, it is her face.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was telling you. I was trying
Does
to
it
say
look
all
like
jokes
her?
aside.
Does it look like her or
It
no?
looks
Yeah,
nothing
no,
like her.
not at all.
It looks like a
Oh, dude,
no,
you don't have to cover that up.
No, dude, you could
That's
say
from-
that's.
He's got millions
Dude,
of
you
dollars.
could say that's anyone else.
That's a mermaid.
Yeah.
That's a mermaid, or that's like a Renaissance painting. Also, if you're gonna get a tattoo of Selena Gomez, don't one make her an angel like she looks dead, and two make sure it looks like her when you have so much money.
Don't get a stick figure.
You have enough money where you were in a romantic relationship with Selena Gomez. Get a better tattoo.
Again, don't get a stick figure.
And now he's got so much money anyways, where it's like he has his own money, obviously. So like, just have a better tattoo. Those are my bets.
All right. You
What
bet.
the bet, huh?
You betcha, huh?
You betcha with those bets.
What the bet?
You betcha we'll be betting.
Gonna make some money on those? You betcha.
No, don't bet on any of those though.
Oh well, we could
Someone's
go
better.
in. We could go in the next segment, but our producer's pooping.
Dude, he's AWOL. Do you want me to see if I can reach the sound?
You guys
Are
want to
you
talk
gonna know
about
which
some
one
of
it
the,
is?
Dude, they gotta be labeled, right?
Dude, what if they're just labeled random things?
All right, hang on, guys. I'm
Okay.
going
And you
Alright.
click the one that we can't click.
Oh, dude, be
If you're
careful.
watching
What
of
if
your
you-
headphones? Don't.
Dude, what if you hit the
unplug
one-
If you're watching the YouTube, you're getting dinner and a show. I'm hitting the table.
Yeah, you're
so
hitting the
much.
table.
Timothy, what if you hit the one that's where
I
it's?
can't hear you. My headphones are off.
But what if it's the
Take
one where
the
Chris is
glasses
saying all
off.
those
I
words?
can't hear you.
The words you can't say on podcast. What if it's that one?
Did you get a haircut? I couldn't notice with the headphones on.
Yeah.
What if you hit the one that Chris is saying all those bad words?
What?
The 2 bad words you can't say on podcast?
I did not say either of those words.
We have it recorded. Hit
No,
it.
you didn't.
What segment are we doing?
Nick's news, dude. Chris, almost into Nick's news.
Introducing for the first time ever, Nick's News.
Take a seat. Featuring Nick.
You can't talk. Now Timmy's got to do it again.
No.
He's not getting back.
We
to
had
it.
we made Alex wait.
We
to
made
do
it work
twice.
though, huh? Chris, did you listen to the podcast we did without you?
No, I did
That's
not.
fucked up.
Oh, dude, I wish you did, because then you could heard me say Tay Tavuza's name so wrong.
Tetavasa?
There it is.
Why didn't you listen?
I was hoping you would. So
Because
you,
I've been busy with work.
Oh no, you
and
haven't.
school. Yes,
though.
I have.
Oh, no,
I
hold
have.
on,
no,
Chris,
you
hold on,
haven't.
Yeah, I
hold on,
have.
hold on.
No.
I really have.
No.
When did it come out?
Hold
Doors
on.
over there.
Hold on. It came out Friday. You haven't had an hour since Friday.
No, I've
For
had an
1
hour,
hour?
but like
Or on your
I'm not,
commute
I haven't
here?
been just sitting down and
No,
just
you
been like,
have.
oh, I'm gonna.
You
throw
don't
on
need
a
an hour
podcast.
straight.
You have,
You
yeah.
need 10 minutes.
Yeah,
of
but I
baby.
just, I've been busy.
No,
I
because you
worked-
drove here too. Sorry, I just dropped
I
it
worked
so loud.
Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. I worked Monday.
Oh,
I did have today off.
Nick, go into your.
You had today off.
Yeah, but I had school.
Listen to it.
You
I
could
had
have put it
school.
on. You
on
could
your
have.
drive to school?
I could have.
Oh, it's
but
a,
I didn't.
It's a almost
Okay.
30-minute drive to school.
I chose
Instead-
not to.
instead-
It's
you
like
listen-
a 30-minute drive.
Instead,
to
you
school.
listen to Machine Gun Kelly just diss Eminem the
and he
whole
goes,
time.
"Yeah, Eminem, you fucking
Is that
asshole."
part of your current events?
No,
You know what it is? Is G-Eazy on there?
no.
G-Eazy and Halsey are back together.
Even after
For
Machine
real.
Gun Kelly said he fucked her.
You know
Hey,
what is
leave
up?
it- Hey,
What?
You know
cool
what?
it over there.
You know
I'm
what
just
is part of
saying.
Nick's news though?
Let's dive into it because we have something to break out for podcast news after this.
Colton Underwood is not.
Oh, don't know who the fuck that is.
He's
Move
the
on.
next Bachelor. He was a former Chargers and Raiders tight end.
Pam said he's mad cute.
He's also a virgin.
Ooh.
Why'd your face light up? Chris is like, ooh, tune in.
Yeah. That's spicy. Has that ever happened
Who's
before
gonna
on The
pop that
Bachelor?
cherry?
Dude,
Yeah.
when's Tim Tebow going on there, huh?
Never.
So do you think he's
'Cause he's
looking
finding
for an
Jesus.
He'd be
experience?
daddy.
Is he a virgin like until
He's
marriage?
been on
or?
Bachelor before.
He's
Really?
gonna
He was
fuck
on The
all of them.
Bachelorette or whatever.
The
it's called.
Bachelorette, not the Bachelorette.
No, he's on the battle.
I don't know.
He's
how
on
to-
the battle. He's on the
Bachelorette.
battle royale.
Yeah.
But
he
yeah.
played Mad Fortnite.
Yeah, move forward. You can leave that one out, Nick. No one wants to get too far.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about the Bachelor.
Because you know
Well,
I never watched him play. and I don't
Historic
know who-
news was broken today. Amazon broke $1 trillion today.
That's it?
It was only for a few minutes before their stock dropped back down. But at one point, they were worth $1 trillion, which is the most the company's ever been worth.
That's like what Sports Source is sometimes.
Yeah.
Then
On
the
an
stock
off
drops.
day.
I gotta sell it.
No, then the stock drops.
I gotta sell it when it peaks next time.
It's just so quick.
Because it
Yeah.
never stays up there.
No.
Over this weekend,
Quickly, it plummets back down to 0.
But rate and subscribe, and maybe we can get there again.
If
for
we're ever
longer.
worth $1 trillion, I'll give every subscriber $1.
How
Hold
many-
me to that. If we're ever worth $1 trillion, I'll own up to that.
That'll be a bitch to send out to everybody, dude.
No, they can
you're
come
spending
to me.
so.
Because
you're
I
literally-
know you imagine just like Venmoing it to them.
No,
and,
they,
like,
they have to come to me for
Yeah,
it.
no.
I'm not finding them.
I'm just imagining you like sealing envelopes full of just $1 bills, like and sending.
And we
them
get
out
like
to mad people.
100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And then there's Nico, and that's a lot of posts, dude.
And
You're gonna pay a
Nick's
lot
going,
for those stamps.
Yeah,
You're paying half
And
that
he goes,
dollar.
you should never send cash in the mail in case it
yeah,
goes missing.
yeah. And Nick goes, "Well, I mean, I can pull some strings down at the office, but
Can you pull strings
No.
on the pull string?
no, you
You gotta know.
But-
everything's run,
a massive
nip
fire.
and tuck over there.
A massive fire burned down Brazil's National Museum.
Museum, dude. You're saying words wrong that shouldn't be said wrong.
I was reading ahead while I was saying it.
Oh my god.
The museum was a royal palace.
Was it national or royal?
It was a royal palace that got turned into a museum over 200 years ago.
Next
over 20
news is a
million.
mess.
Why'd you burn it down?
Over 20 million artifacts were destroyed.
Oh,
in the
that's
fire.
fucked.
20
That's-
million?
That's
Yeah.
shitty. That's
a lot of
a
work.
lot.
It was
yeah.
huge, and
Who burned it down?
they haven't found a cause of the fire yet.
If it was a person, they should burn him.
But it's just like
I stand by that.
it'd kind of be like if all the museums in DC burned down. That's like how big this place was.
I've never been to DC, so that statement means minimal to me.
Okay, you can't assume how big. What is it? 8
It's
museums
probably
would be.
yeah. There's probably a lot of
I
museums.
actually don't have a guess. It's one of those things you can't really picture until you see it. you
No,
know?
there's either a lot or like just a few condensed ones with a lot of stuff in them.
I want to go to that statue of Abe Lincoln in the chair. The one that's on the back of the penny.
Well, if you didn't have a shitty 11th grade class, you would have been there, huh?
I know they all want to go to Foam and Glow. Hey, if you guys are listening, you really fucked up a good opportunity.
They wanted to go to Foam and Glow.
Yeah,
instead.
they wanted to go to Foam and Glow, and then it got canceled because Migos had a riot. So Migos, if you're listening to, you really fucked up a golden opportunity.
You ready for
no
Timothy to
reason.
get so serious?
Yeah.
At the Aretha Franklin funeral,
This is bullshit.
Ariana Grande performed. Afterwards, she stood next to Pastor Charles H. Ellis III. Some say he groped her.
Wait, time out. You know when Nick was saying pastor, he was really nervous if he was supposed to say pasture or pastor.
yeah.
No, dude.
And he took a shot. She wasn't groped.
I don't know,
I will
dude.
say that. If you
I
watch the
don't know,
video,
dude.
look at the
Well-
picture, his hand is literally on
But
her
you
What
could
was his
side.
see in the
name again?
video. You could see in the video, Charles H. Ellis III.
Pastor Charles, dude. You gotta ask first. You gotta do something.
Dude,
It
it
Like,
was
was
such
like
an
that.
it was a weird grab. Who holds somebody like that?
It's
It's
one
the
thing to
same way
just, like,
I put
hug.
my arm around anyone if I'm drunk. His
No,
hand-
no. You don't.
No,
it was
I
right
wanna
on her like
demonstrate on
rib
camera,
cage.
but,
It was
like,
like by
you've
her
never
rib
held
Yeah,
cage.
but did you see like how hard he was?
Yeah,
like,
dude, you could see him.
you can see
gripping
her being like,
and she
like,
was
this is
looking at him
weird.
so weird.
I'm
Yeah.
not on board with this. I think this was a bullshit.
Do
thing.
I think it? Do
And
I think it was
this
groping?
really is one of those things that dilutes the whole like
Yeah.
the
Did he
whole
d-
sexual
Did he do it intentionally?
I
don't
agree.
know.
I agree with
assault
you.
movement. I think this is one of those things that is being vastly overblown.
I don't know.
I
I'm
agree
not
with
on
your
board
point.
this.
I definitely don't think he's as in the wrong as people are making him, but I
Watch-
think today you need to be more cognizant of
Watch
Yeah.
every
that.
single person that comes up on stage, and he pulled him in, gave him a hug and a kiss, and that's literally the guy stands on stage and preaches about love for a living.
So he
and you expect
sexually
him not
harassed
to pull
everyone,
somebody
then.
close in a hug.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you got. It's just you need to be.
No,
cognizant
people need
But
to
that
not
wasn't a
just
hug.
assume that a guy
Yeah,
putting
but
their arm around
that
it
wasn't
is
a
gonna
hug.
try- If he was gonna grab her tits, he was gonna grab her tits. You know, like he's not gonna. His hand was on her rib. This
Yeah,
is, this is
I'm not saying
absolute
it's wrong.
bullshit that
I'm
this
saying-
is blown out of such proportion. like
I'm
this.
not saying it's wrong. I'm saying the way people interpret things nowadays, you have to be aware of that, and you have to be aware that you are going to be open to public criticism.
I understand he's gonna be
with the
open
way-
to public
Especially in
criticism,
one
but-
of the biggest platforms of the week.
Yeah. You're gonna get the people who are jumping to her
But the
defense,
fact
whether
that
it's righteous or
instead
not.
of
It's just
focusing on the actual matter at hand, which was the loss of Aretha Franklin, we're blowing up the way a pastor put his arm around
I agree.
a female performer is absurd.
I agree with that. I haven't heard if Ariana Grande had
She
a
hasn't really
statement on
said
that.
anything about it.
I
Oh, because it's
yeah.
some bullshit.
If she comes out and said like, hey, like it was a little bit weird, but like, hey, he didn't mean it like that. Like, that big of a
I can
deal.
get it
then
to be a little bit weird, but I don't think he should have been
Yeah.
put in a position
That's
where
what
he
I'm
felt
saying, though.
obligated to come out and make
No,
a public apology.
But it's still weird to grab anyone like that. I've never grabbed anyone like that.
and you have to give him the
God.
benefit of the doubt for
And also put your arm around somebody that small.
if it's
Your
like,
hand's going to be higher on the rib than it would be on a normal sized human. You have to realize she's like 5 feet tall, dude.
yeah, but you
your
can still
around
put
a
her
five-
arm around her shoulder. There's
and
no
then
reason
and then
to,
somebody's gonna say he's pulling her head
But we
into
can
his
sit
chest.
here all day and say what he should have done.
No,
do you
I
think,
don't-
Do you
if-
think he had ill intent?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess you
know.
don't know.
You could tell that that's not at all what it
But-
was. If he threw her his
Then why
arm
did he come
around,
out and apologize?
because what do you
in
mean?
such
He's
a
getting
shitty
publicly
way? In
torched
such
by
an
literally
awkward
the
way.
nation right now.
He
Yeah,
awkwardly
yeah.
apologized.
Everyone is throwing a fit that he put. Yeah, he's awkwardly apologizing because it's one of those things where he's like, "What the fuck? Like, why do I have to apologize for this?" And he's trying to, not seem like an asshole. If he put his arm around her head, like her neck or her shoulder, whatever you want him to do, people are gonna go, "Why is he
I don't
pulling her
think
in by
so.
the neck?"
I
I
think
don't think
people
that's-
If
read.
he put his hand lower, they're gonna go, "Why is he grabbing her waist?" She's a tiny individual, and he's a larger man. His hand on her ribs is going to look out of whack no matter what.
I
way you
just
spin
think
it.
people are so quick to read into things and put words in other people's
No,
mouths.
they are quick to
and it
do
just
that,
makes it
but-
really tough because I mean, there's nothing to prove his intent was that to do that on a public stage.
Yeah,
I don't.
but
That's not what
everybody
he
in
meant.
the public, everybody
Did
in
it
the
come
public
off
has
as
said,
inappropriate? Maybe.
everybody
but-
in the public says that you have to be so careful about everything you do. And
Well,
this
yeah,
guy
no
do
shit,
have
you
to
have
be
to be
careful
careful.
about
But
what
this
you
is
do
an
now.
example of the general public trying to prove that they're woke and can spot sexual.
I completely
advances.
agree because who's
Because
the one?
that's not at all what
Ariana
it was.
Grande didn't come out with a statement saying I was insanely uncomfortable. People just picked up on what they saw and jumped to put words in their
I
mouth.
didn't watch
And
the funeral,
It just
but-
comes to the point where you need to let the victim, quote unquote, speak before you go and speak for them.
The
'Cause
one
we
thing
don't
that-
know how she feels about it. If she does feel like very uncomfortable about it and wants to clear the air, that's a different story. But I think people are way too quick to come out and just like criticize this guy without even hearing her take on it. And hers is the most important because she was the one that it happened to.
But one thing,
And I
that-
think you see this in so many instances of anything nowadays.
yeah,
People
but
are
one
quick
thing
to-
that people did say was that even as and like the Aretha Franklin's family said that his speech about Aretha Franklin itself was like shitty.
maybe,
Like
but that doesn't
and,
have
like,
to do with him
but-
being a
no,
terrible
they said it was
doesn't make him a sexual
no, but they said it
predator.
was disrespectful to Aretha Franklin, and a lot of people had a lot of problems with more than just what he did to Ariana Grande.
Okay, and he can say shitty things without being a sexual predator. People do that literally all the time. There's a lot of shitty people that don't sexually assault women.
I'm not saying he's sexually. No, I'm not. He's.
There's a lot of people that say shitty things that don't grope famous celebrities.
But
on
he could
stage.
have. But like I said, this is so avoidable. Don't grab somebody like that.
Okay, but at the same time, you're on
Especially
stage in
somebody
front
you
of all
don't
those
know.
Eyes,
Like I
doubt
wouldn't
he's-
grab you two by the hip like that or the rib by that. That's awkward as fuck.
It's
No,
not really
it's-
that awkward. It's awkward when people want to act like they're woke, and it's like the
I'm not
same-
acting like I'm woke. I'm just saying I would never grab you two by like.
Yeah, but I think it's just the instance of a guy making a mistake. And the intent, I don't see the intent being there that he meant to go do this to get off sexually or anything like that. Like, I don't think he was doing it for any reason other than...
I think this outrage wouldn't be prominent if there wasn't the recent outing with the Catholic Church and all these sexual allegations
But it's still
surrounding
something
children.
he has to be aware of.
Okay, he does have to be aware of it, but you can't say you've never done anything that could
Never
be
sexually
perceived as
assaulted kids.
uncomfortable. Did he sexually assault kids? Is that
No,
what you're trying to
but
get?
he-
Because he put his hand
But he
on
did
Ariana
grab her
Grande's
in
rib?
a. He did exactly. He put his hand on her boob.
I said rib. Literally said rib. No one said boob. Even the
I'm
articles
just saying
said
that
boob.
it was too. It's too close of a call in a time
Okay,
where
and if
you can't make close
I'm
calls.
sure if we go back and we watch everything you've done in life, you've done things that could have looked sexually.
I've never sexually harassed a woman.
Neither did he.
I
Was
think
he
he
standing
did.
on there going, "Your titties look great in that dress"? Like, what the fuck, bro? No, he wasn't. He was
Look at
standing on stage.
I don't know, dude. That's too close. He's
Well, it's
he's
just-
got some hands on the tit.
No,
And yes,
okay.
she's a small person, but put your arm around her shoulder. It's
and
very
then what? If
avoidable.
it's draped over the shoulder, it's
I'm
on
not
the
saying
tip
drape
the other
it,
way?
dude. You can literally do it like this. If you're watching on camera, like this. This
I
it can't be
feel
taken
very
sexually.
uncomfortable.
Like, no matter what, people are they're
That's
gonna
not true.
speculate. Yeah, absolutely it is.
Then how come when like football coaches
This
put
is
their
just
arm
an-
around a female reporter, people don't say they're sexually assaulting them?
What do you mean? Because there's no allegations right now about football coaches molesting a bunch of little kids. That was like 7 years ago.
Did this? Okay.
It's just one of those things. You can interpret it how you want, but at the end of the day, really, it's all what we just gotta wait to hear what she
She's
says
not
about
gonna.
it.
I don't think she.
Well,
says
she's been
anything
very
about
public about things that have bothered her in the past, so it's a little bit odd that this one thing that's being blown up by everyone but her, we're going to assume that this is the only time she'll keep her mouth shut. Like,
Yeah.
if this bothered her, she would have spoken out about it.
And, it is what it is. It doesn't mean he's a bad person because he made this mistake. I don't know. It's just one of those things that you just have to agree to disagree on, I guess.
But
we don't know what his intent was. We can't.
Making its rounds the last 2 days, Colin Kaepernick will be the face of Nike's 30th anniversary campaign. There's a bunch of other celebrities. He's the one who's really grabbing attention. The motto is believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. And Timothy's boy Trump came out and says that this is a terrible message that Nike's putting out.
That's because he's a racist individual.
Well, yeah, I love what Nike did here. That was awesome.
I think
they're taking a stand that they know is going to be unpopular to a lot of people.
I think a big thing with this is Kaepernick's collusion case. What's happened this last week with it, we talked about it last week, how it's getting pushed forward against the NFL.
What we discussed upstairs before we recorded is this something that could benefit the NFL? Because, like you said, they're signed into a deal with Nike to make their jerseys for the next 8 years, and now they're signed with a company who is the face of the company is the person who the collusion case is against.
And the NFL did come out today, a few hours ago, saying that they support what Nike's doing.
So this could be a very convenient way for them to slip out of the collusion case. And I'm not saying it's designed that way, but
it might be just one of those convenient, perfect storms.
It could be one of those things where they see a way out and they're hopping on board with it.
But I think this is.
I think it's a great thing for them.
I think it's awesome to see a huge company like Nike just be able to put their morals first because they know it's going to hurt sales, and that's awesome to see. Yeah,
I love
this
that.
has spiked an outrage that I think is getting blown out of proportion. I think there's a lot less people protesting than the internet's making it seem.
Oh, without a doubt. Because
they're showing videos of people burning their Nikes. If you look at these Nikes, they're the Nikes that go for about $40.
Yeah,
they're the all-white Nikes with the N on them.
Yeah,
nobody's out there burning Jordans.
Those are New Balances with the N, aren't they?
No, they have the Nikes too.
You sure? I always thought they were.
No, they have New Balances too, but there's also a Nike like the dad Nike.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But
picture it.
It's just like these videos are. There's a handful of them that are getting shared around the internet. And I think Nike, this isn't something they go and do and go. They wouldn't support this if they're like, okay, well, we're going to go bankrupt if we do this.
No.
This is something where they took the losses and the gains and went,
I think this could help them in the long run.
It definitely
in
will.
the long run.
Because a lot of people are going,
I think right now it helps Adidas a little bit, though. They've been slowly climbing the rank. And, you got all those Nike guys that now all of a sudden don't want Nike. All the dads don't want Nike anymore.
Will Brinson tweeted out earlier, literally all shoe stocks are down right now. All the major shoe companies, and everyone's saying how Nike's taking a hit from this, but I don't know what the correlation is with all shoe companies dropping in stocks at once, but
there's also huge athletes on this campaign, like Serena Williams.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Cap's getting all this. You know what would have really helped Cap out here?
What?
If he was just a better quarterback.
Yeah. If he was undeniable.
The thing is there's the collusion case, and he's definitely better than quarterbacks in the NFL right now, but so was Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
And the thing is Tim Tebow didn't get it because nobody wanted that spotlight on the second string quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though Colin Kaepernick's is I guess there's an argument to his kneeling and everything. It's just now teams don't want that spotlight on the second string spot.
And
nowhere really needs him enough
if he was
exactly
to start him.
If he was an undeniable talent, then it's it would make it a lot
that's what I'm saying.
Harder to put off and just kind of try and bury.
If this was Tom Brady doing it,
then
nothing changes.
Dude, he's just a system quarterback.
Okay, but if it was Aaron Rodgers doing it, it doesn't change.
Tom Brady would make a huge difference if he was doing it. I understand what you're saying. If somebody like one of those top tier guys is taking a knee, you're gonna have to bite the bullet and start him.
But it's when a guy who was benched for Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, guys like Mike Brown don't help this case, the Bengals owner.
No, and doing weird things like that. And guys like Eric Reed not being signed.
Eric Reed is an undeniable talent.
Exactly.
He's a top 30 overall safety, not free safety or strong safety,
so many
but
teams
overall safety.
There's so many teams that could benefit from him, and they're not signing him.
Oh, yeah. Dallas Cowboys.
The Cowboys with this whole Earl Thomas deal. The Titans before signing Kenny Vaccaro after the Jonathan Cyprien injury.
But again, it's another, so the quarterback, it's a huge role. So safety, every position's huge. But safety's not one that you really want to spotlight on your safeties all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even when Eric Reid was
it doesn't
kneeling, there wasn't
matter.
really a spotlight on him.
No.
But now there would be if he was the only,
being a dominant player.
But if he was him and Cap are the two who really lead this charge. If Eric Reid was on a team, there would be a spotlight on him every week.
I don't remember who it was I was reading about. One of the big name quarterbacks still kneels.
It's gone. A lot of it's gone under. Nobody cares anymore.
And that's why I still don't understand the NFL bringing this back into the spotlight this offseason. It was all under the radar towards the end of last season, and they just bring it back up to the forefront.
And people are saying, I won't watch NFL anymore. Hey, well, they had a preseason game this week. 2 weeks ago, with the Eagles and Browns 5-0, and it's the most watched preseason game ever. Everybody's waiting for football this year. Yeah. Everybody's going to be watching it.
Yeah,
so it's just
if you're not going to watch it because of guys kneeling on the sideline, then
or because
figure
of Nike.
Your shit out anyways.
Yeah.
Now it's Nike. Now
because you see a Nike logo that was always there, but now it's just you don't like what it represents all of a sudden. I mean, if you can't get over that, then
everybody's sensitive. Everybody's opinion matters more than
way.
everyone else's opinion. So
that's what it comes down to.
We are well over an hour at this point. Do you guys want to try and wrap this up?
Yeah, that's all.
Before we get played out on music, producer Pops, Nick, we are going to be working on our new extra night of podcasts this week.
It's official.
I think so. If not, we'll cut it out. But I think Wednesday nights we'll have a strictly football podcast that I'll start releasing through the duration of the football season. Obviously, once the season ends, we'll go back to the normal format, but
it'll be more of a betting fantasy podcast.
It'll be
helping you guys build the perfect team.
Right up my alley. I love doing that more than sitting here and talking MMA. I love talking MMA with you guys, but I'd rather sit and talk football betting. So this is going to be exciting for me. Chris won't be here because he's off.
I got to work, boys.
Part-time.
Get a day job.
That's part of the time.
But, no. But we'll have that coming out, and there will be more details soon. We should be starting tomorrow, though, I hope. So tune in for that. And until then, you can find us on Facebook at sports-dorks, Twitter and Instagram at sportsdorks_. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, and SoundCloud, and YouTube. Be sure to search us, rate, subscribe, review. We've been getting more ratings and reviews, and that's been awesome. It's really helping us get some more eyes out there, so keep doing that and keep helping us out. You can find Nick at Nick Kappas, Chris at Batted Relic.
As usual.
Come on, at Sports Dork
You
Chris.
can find me at Timothy J. Chura. Thank you guys for tuning in, and see you tomorrow on Friday.